Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So I was in at mcquade today in North Bay and got this on loan for a little bit to check out for myself and for you guys. This is the new Boss Katana Air. I've been waiting for this for, well, ever since I saw the first videos on it from a couple of your, regular YouTube channels that are normally company videos. And thought, well, if it sounds half as good, in reality here, because we all know how YouTube can compress stuff, and a lot of these places, they also compress their audio too, and all that. So we want to hear the real deal, right? And I like to bring new products to you guys as much as I can, especially guitar gear, RC stuff, whatever it is I can get into. I'm there for tech, you know what I mean? And so this is the new Katana Air. Now, I checked out the Boss video originally, and then, of course, I searched YouTube like anybody else would, came across some others, and just listening to it, checking out, and listening to the features on it. So we've got 4 amp characters, they call it. There's an acoustic preamp in this, same as what you would find in your Katana 50 and the Katana 100 series, and I believe the Artist as well have this acoustic mode where you are able to safely plug in an acoustic guitar without risking damage to the amp or anything else, and at the same time you get 2 amps in one. You have a full out electric guitar amp and you have an acoustic amp, so it's the best of both worlds in one amp. And I love my Katana 100 1x12. It's an awesome amp, has all the built-in Boss pedal effects, which this one also has too. So it's kind of like trying them all out for like minimal cost, right? And then you pick and choose your setups, and but you can still gig even with these things with the built-in pedals if you set things up right. There's a 3-band EQ in this as well, so you've got bass, mid, treble, you've got a main volume, a gain, you've got a master, you've got a reverb, and of course you've got your BST and your mode, delay, and FX. These are the same type of features as you're going to find that you'd already be used to if you already have a Katana 50 or a 100 or an Artist. You'd already be used to these features, so they're there. And you do have a couple of memory banks in this as well. You've got A and B and then the panel, and you can manipulate this stuff anyway within the limits of the software too. The one big huge bonus to this is that it does have wireless with it. So let's get this thing open. Let's find out what comes in the box. Now, when I first saw the videos, I thought, wow, that thing actually looks pretty, big for a small amp, right? And then we got the box here, and I'm like, wow, I thought it'd be bigger, really. It's kind of a weird way to say it, but I figured, but let's see how much space the stuffing actually takes up in comparison to what the amp size is. It does have 2 3-inch, they call them special speakers. And I don't know what special is supposed to mean, but, they had the same thing with the Katana Mini, right? And so anyways, let's pull this out. So right away, we do have a power supply. We will put that out there. Get rid of this for a minute. We have the power cord for that. This thing does run batteries as well as plugging into the wall. And from what I've read up about this thing, the amperage output is 20 watts on batteries and 30 watts of power, which is amazing for 2 3-inch speakers. So we'll see how good that sounds. But it has 20 watts on batteries, 30 watts on plug-in-the-wall power, and so great little portable amp. You can go anywhere with this thing, and being wireless, here's our wireless connector here, which from what I've read up, it actually charges right from the amp. You just plug it into the amp, and it charges right from there, and you get 12 hours playing time on the connector. So I'm like, well, 12 hours, that's actually pretty good because I only get 5 hours on my X5U2 wireless kit. Just reading the back of the connector here to see what it says. It's a model WL-T. It doesn't get into much more than that, an FCC ID. And it's got a TRS plug, so tip ring sleeve, or some people call these stereo plugs. So anyways, put that aside. we have our user manual in here, and so we can go through that. We'll take a look at. Oh, let's open up the user manual. I want to. There we go. So our main user manual. They have some English notes here. Do not use this unit in locations of extremely low or high temperature. So from +5. Am I reading this right? Temperature range from 5 to 40 degrees Celsius. So from minimum of +5 to a maximum of 40 degrees Celsius. It's operating temperature range. Okay, that's cool. So multi-language manual. We've got English, Chinese, Dutch, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Netherlands. So we've got a few different languages here. We got Bluetooth audio, registering your mobile device for pairing. You use an app on your phone. You can control the amp that way. There's also USB in here, which I'm assuming is probably going to be the same kind of a hookup to program it through your computer instead of through your phone, but we'll see about that. I know very little about this amp, and we've been told actually very, very little on videos. We've watched videos, I'm sure, you and I, many others, listening to this thing being demoed and a little bit being talked about it, but nothing overly specific or really in depth. And I want to do that for you guys, is get really in depth with this machine. So I do have it for a week to go through it and learn everything I can about it and give you guys the best possible review for YouTube on this amplifier. And it's really great to be able to get like the first piece of kit that walks in the store, And this was actually the only one they got right now too. Apparently these are on like severe back order right now as well. So a lot of customers are still going to be waiting for a while, But so if you find one in stock at your local Long & McQuade in Canada, and it's there, snag it. Depending on how this review turns out, I guess. I think it's going to be an okay deal myself, but you got to check these things out. But why I say that ahead of time is, if this thing turns out to be really awesome, like I'm hoping it is, this would be one of those things where I'm going to tell you in the review, that if you see one, snag it. Right now, I'll tell you, if you want high power wattage and really awesome sound, and of course being Boss, check out the Boss 100, 1x12, 2x12, the Artist Series even. If you find one of those in your local Long & McQuade store in Canada, or if you're not from Canada, your other music stores, and you're looking for an amp that just totally rocks out, has awesome sound, the whole nine, then definitely grab one of those amps. I mean, I love my Katana 100, guys. Seriously, and I don't get paid for these videos. I'm doing this on my own for you guys, and I always review gear that I buy as well. And I like to check out new stuff and see what I think of it. Because if this thing becomes worthy for me, I will definitely invest the money into this myself. I'm always looking for new ways for portability. At the same time as I want really good sound. And I have the Katana Mini amp, and I really like it. It's a nice amp. It's very small, runs on batteries or power. They rate it at 7 watts, which I've said in the videos before. I don't think it's truly 7 watts of power, but that's my opinion, and we all have our opinions. But it is still a really nice amp nonetheless. It doesn't have the features of this one or the other Katanas, but it is still a really cool amp, and I love having that thing for portable use. Take it out on the deck, and I don't have to haul around any of my big amps outside, so it's kind of nice for that. This I think would be really good for the buskers that want some good power output and that. So this is where I've been watching the videos, so I'm giving you guys a little bit of my opinion ahead of time of what I've seen and what I like about what I've seen. The true test is going to be actually playing this live myself and really telling you guys what I truly think about it. So anyways, our wireless transmitter here, there's a port. You can only plug this in one way. So if you look back here, this is your port here, and you just plug that in there, and already it's starting to charge. That's awesome. This thing got, oh, we got, let's check this out. There's our battery cover down here. There's no batteries in here. Okay. That's kind of cool. So I guess the light will just automatically come on even when there's no batteries. USB, DC input, auxiliary input. Is that auxiliary? Yeah, that's auxiliary in. USB in, so it should hook into my Katana program. I will find that out for you guys. When we go through the video for the demo and review, it's going to be a little bit of a lengthy video, but it will be in depth, and I know that you guys really like that stuff, you know, especially when it comes to something like this, because this is a serious purchase. I mean, these things are not cheap. So I really want to make sure I cover as much as I possibly can without keeping you guys here for like hours. So let's quickly plug this thing in. That's kind of cool. Green light's on and there's no batteries in it, so there's no way it's charging. It's got to be just the way the circuit is. It automatically tells it to go ahead and do some stuff there. So let's figure out how to unhook this cable first from here. We're getting there. Okay. I don't want to lose any pieces and I don't want to break a connector. There we go. Now, if I do decide in the end to go with this thing, I will definitely be letting you guys know on the review video if I'm going to actually buy this thing. I love purchasing gear. It is a bit of an addiction, but I don't just buy stuff to buy it. I gotta really like it in order to buy it. So, you know, it's gotta, basically it's like a guitar. It's gotta speak to you. Well, it's gotta speak to me, you know. So let me just plug this in down below here. Okay. And power. So we have no actual power switch anywhere on this thing that I can see. Yeah, our power is on. So, you know, I wasn't going to play anything on this thing right away, but I wanted to see for myself. So let's unplug this and we'll plug it into the guitar. So I'm thinking we're going to have to pair, oh, no, that's panel. Oh, there's a power switch. All right, so we do have an actual power switch located right here. So you've got your wireless connection, tells you it's paired, Bluetooth, which is flashing because it's trying to find my Bluetooth, power switch, panel, channel 1, 2. Now, there we go. So right now I've got everything at 12 o'clock, and that's the clean channel on the panel mode. Channel A. reverb's nice on this thing. Alright, so that's what I'm going to tease you with for now. That's all you're getting. Ha ha ha. I want to have time. I want to make sure that this is charged fully. Like I said, they say this connector works for 12 hours. You just plug it in there and it'll start charging it. So we're going to let that charge up. I have some reading to do, obviously, for you guys. I want to go through the manual. This is a new toy for me. That's why it's also an unboxing to start with. And I can't just say everything in one video in the case of this product, just because, I mean, there's some stuff I got to learn about to tell you guys, and I have to learn how to use things on this thing. It's totally different from my other stuff, because I've got the wireless involved now. I've got a Bluetooth bus to deal with. I want to hook the USB up. Find that in the manual if it is USB to the computer for the software, which I'm thinking it probably is, because you do have the Tone Central app, they call it, which I've already downloaded. And I want to find out too ahead of time for you guys if we got the extra channels. What I'm talking about is on the Boss Katana's 50s and 100s with the firmware version 2 update, we had 4 channels plus panels, so technically 5 in a row. Well, now we have double that amount, and we just push and hold on the panel button to switch to the alternate set, right? And then we can program even more into that amp. It's like, oh, it's so insane. So I want to find out if they've actually done the same double over with this. Even though it's a new amp, they may have done that already, or they may not have. So I'll find out once I get the Tone Studio set up with it to see if it has like a total of 6 instead of or 4 instead of 2 type of thing, like the 2 main memories and the panels, if we get 2 panels or 1 panel only, etc. You know what I'm talking about, right? But that was just everything in the middle there, and that was actually pretty impressive so far. We do have the same buttons for green and red and the amber. So you got green, red, amber. Yeah, so it's the same 3 selections as the other Katana. So we know we got that so far on our boost and mod and delay and FX, and our reverb is going to have the three levels. There's a tap feature on here as well. Like I said, we do have some new stuff here with having the Bluetooth and the wireless setup. I don't know how long it takes to charge the connector, but I'm going to leave it on the charger. To give you a little bit of a first impression, this thing doesn't weigh very much. It's actually quite light. I can give you an exact weight during the review. I like the all-metal handle. That's actually a really nice improvement even from the Katana Mini, which you can't really compare them, but it's still it's a very nice metal handle. That I believe that's metal. We're gonna find out. It looks like it's metal anyways. It feels like it's metal, but anyway, you never know. So we'll go through it, and so thanks very much to Long mcquade for loaning me this for the time that I have it. And I'm hoping actually this really works out, because it's still a really cool amp, and I really would like to buy this thing if it actually does kick butt like I've seen. But so far I'm really liking the fact that the wireless is nice. We will also be comparing, by the way, in the video, guys, this wireless system paired up against my U2 X5 as well as my Joyo units, to see if there's any interference problems, because this is just a sole wireless system right to this amp, right? So if there's any crosstalk or anything, we'll find out, and if we have to change channels on the other gear to compensate, for the interference, and if it stays clean with no problems, then that'll be cool that it'll work with other wireless gear. Now I will say this right away though, and then we're definitely out of here. The wireless system for this is only for passive pickups in electric guitars, and of course your acoustic electrics would be in there, but it's not for active pickups. Active pickups are not going to get along with this, and Boss even put that out in their promo video themselves. that is designed solely around the passive pickups. It's not going to get along very good with active, which is fine. My X5 and my Joyos also don't work with the Beans with active pickups, and I don't really care. I have one instrument with active, and that's my bass, and I just plug that into a DI box into my PA system. I don't use wireless with it. But anyways, that's what we have so far. Thanks for watching the unboxing, checking it out. This thing is actually a really cute little package. The 3-inch speakers, I mean, you can't see them through the grill, but there's some weight here. And the battery panel is actually right underneath. And, okay, so we're not out of here yet. I want to go through a couple of little things, because then this way I don't have to do this when we actually do the review. We can just talk real quick about it and spend more time playing. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking at 8 AA batteries is what you're going to need. Now, I'm going to recommend Duracells or Energizers. I actually use Duracells in my Katana Mini, and I've had them in there for actually quite a few months now, and they're still not dead. You know, and I do play that amp, you know, like not all the time, but you know, they do last for quite a long time. But anyways, that's it. That's all. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching the unboxing. Thanks again to Long mcquade for loaning me this to, you know, do a review for you guys on this product, as well as, you know, helping out the other YouTubers out there in the world that want to know about this amp. From my perspective, I'm not a company, so, you know, it's kind of a personal thing here of telling you what I honestly feel about this thing. And we will get to that on the review video, so stay tuned. That video should be up in the next couple of days, because I need to spend time with this, learn as much as I can about it for you guys, so that we can have a really awesome, outstanding review video for you. So thanks again.